So as you can see after the game, Caitlin Clark and Sophie are both running up to the referee here. They are both so upset, and the referee is just walking away from them. He won't even look at them in the face. He keeps turning. Like, Sophie even went up at one point and is like tapping on his arm. He would not even look at them.
With a sold-out crowd, playoff excitement, and Caitlin Clark playing the reigning champions, the Indiana Fever enjoyed their best game to date. It became a referee show instead of the WNBA highlight reel that it was supposed to be. Caitlin Clark was compromised. A phantom foul was thrown against Lexi Hall. Additionally, the referees pretended to be attempting to give the victory to New York. Not only were fans perplexed, they were incensed. Stephanie White, the coach, expressed her frustration. Additionally, Caitlin didn't hold back either. This was more than one awful evening. It's a problem, a pattern. Additionally, it is harming the league as a whole. And it's disappeared even more now. The WNBA recently suspended Commissioner Kathy Angelbert in a startling decision. Yes. According to internal investigations, the commissioner disregarded growing pressure from players, coaches, and supporters and neglected to address the growing number of officiating complaints. This is the first time it has ever happened in the league's history. To be honest, nobody is shocked anymore. This is when things become even more bizarre. There are rumors that certain league executives and owners had been subtly pressuring her to go for weeks, particularly after well-known athletes like Caitlin Clark and their coaches began openly expressing their displeasure. Some claim that poor referees weren't the only factor in this. Kathy was made the scapegoat in order to preserve the league's reputation. Stay tuned as we dissect every missed call, every insane situation, and the reasons the WNBA needs to address this before losing the supporters they recently won. Let's begin.
They've done a great job of rigging this. They've done a great job of rigging this league. The league, they're not even being subtle. They're not even being subtle. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
Let's not mince words. Individuals are accusing this league of being rigged, and they're not being subtle either. Something wasn't quite right from the first time the Indiana Fever took the court. This home game wasn't like the others. It resembled a playoff match. In Indianapolis, the audience was roaring. There were no stars. The energy is unparalleled. It seemed as though the referees were there to sabotage, even though the Fever was there to fight. Without warning, Caitlin Clark was hacked from head to toe. Playing immaculate defense, Lexi Hall was called for a foul that never happened.
The fact that this referee wouldn't even acknowledge the players was kind of crazy to me. Like, when I saw that, I said, this is really strange, because the referee should have enough confidence in the calls that they made to at least discuss. You should be able to at least discuss.
The Liberty, on the other hand, were living below the free throw line, and this is starting to happen more often than not. Let me ask you this. Did you think this was fair to you as a live viewer? It wasn't last night that this began. The physicality increased as soon as Caitlin Clark joined the league. She was being held, bumped, and even blindsided off the ball by players. The referees were also quiet. Do you remember the off-ball hit made by Kennedy Carter? That was dangerous in addition to being filthy. The referees also ruled it a common foul. Just another play, not a technicality, not even a flagrant. It's not just Clark, either. Whistle after whistle has been blown on the entire Fever team.
I can't believe what I'm about to say. The Indiana Fever, with the strongest, loudest, most intimidating home court advantage in all the WNBA, just got robbed at home. I saw it with my own two eyes live on CB.
Do you want the figures? You go now. This season, the Fever's free throw differential is now -31. It's not a typo. It's a crisis. Let's return to the Liberty game now. This matchup has it all. Aaliyah Boston threads a pass from Caitlin Clark. Highlight plays, significant momentum swings, and defensive energy are all provided by Lexi Hall. It had every component needed to become an immediate classic. What did we receive instead, though? Refer to the drama. 32 free throw attempts were made by the Liberty. The Fever are only 15. In a close game, that is more than double. It's more than simply a statistic. The outcome is determined by a swing. Furthermore, number wasn't the only factor. The call's caliber was the problem. New York's soft touch fouls, body screenings against the Fever are not being called for. Two distinct sets of rules. Caitlin Clark was being pushed out of her position and simply mauled on the last possession. Not a single whistle, but 4 distinct fouls. Is it possible that LeBron or Steph might experience that during a crucial postseason game?
Pointing, that it doesn't go both ways, or it hasn't gone both ways. But we also can't allow that to consume us, right? Like, we've got to be able to play through that. We've got to be able to control the things that we can control. I felt like at times our late game execution was good, and I consider most of the latter half of the fourth quarter, because it was a tight ball.
This leads us to Stephanie White, the coach. Following the match, she didn't hold back. During the press conference after the game, she gave it her all. A disparity of -31 free throws. We're also going after the rim. The level of disdain has been astounding. That isn't annoyance. Fury is what that is. Additionally, it has been developing for weeks. The warning from Stephanie White wasn't limited to the referees. For her players, that is. She assured them that she had their back. That she is aware of what is being placed. The fact that she will not overlook it. To be honest, that type of leadership is important, particularly for a young group that is still figuring itself out. Let's now discuss Caitlin. Her body language spoke louder than words, yet she didn't go all out on the references. Her eyes were filled with disbelief, her voice was filled with irritation, and her tone was one of tiredness. Aaliyah Boston chose the traditional, no-comment approach. That stillness, however, says a lot when you've been watching the game. This is where things start to get very crazy. Commissioner Kathy Angelbert has reportedly been suspended by the WNBA. Yes, you heard correctly. The top boss has left. Why? Because she disregarded months' worth of complaints over the officiating, according to internal reports. Fans were utterly tired, coaches were incensed, and players were unhappy. That's not all, though. There are rumors that certain owners have been quietly pushing for her to go. And the game was finished when celebrities like Caitlin Clark began giving public speeches. According to some, Kathy was used as a scapegoat. Some people think it was long overdue. In any case, this is the most significant reorganization the WNBA has saw in a long time. This is the offer. This league is at a turning point. At last, the WNBA is visible. There is a rise in attendance. TV viewership is increasing. Millions of new people have discovered the game thanks to Caitlin Clark alone. But you know what? Fans are witnessing missed calls and unbalanced officiating officials who don't even seem to be making an effort to conceal their bias. Fans are also not stupid. They are familiar with basketball. They are aware of the appearance of a foul. Additionally, if the product seems rigged, they won't stay.
Another year and another case of WNBA referees dropping the ball, not making the right calls when it comes to Caitlin.
The WNBA had a fantastic chance to turn casual fans into diehards. But they're driving people away with each missed call. I want to know if you would continue to watch a league that doesn't defend its players. The league needs to take things seriously now. Fixing the officiating is not the only goal here. The goal is to preserve the game's integrity. About ensuring that all players receive an equal opportunity, regardless of their level of fame. Because this is the reality. The league won't have another opportunity like this if Caitlin Clark's fan base leaves. The Fever have fulfilled their obligation. Their players are engaged in combat. Their coach is raising his voice. The fans are displaying their enthusiasm. It is now time for the league to react. What actually transpired with Kathy Angelbert, then? After watching the video from that Wild Liberty vs. Fever game, the league initially claimed she made the audacious decision to suspend the referees. The official message was about accountability and upholding the league's integrity. They stated so in public. However, the truth becomes far more messy and fascinating when you peel back the layers. Several league insiders claim that on the same evening, Senior WNBA executives discreetly requested that Gilbert step down. This is the worst part. This went beyond a single unpleasant evening or a few overlooked nuances. For months, the pressure had been increasing. Why? The main explanation is on claims of bias, particularly partiality to the New York Liberty. And it's not just conspiracy theories from fans. The league itself is the source of this. Let's go back to the WNBA Finals from last year. The Minnesota Lynx lost a fiercely contested series to the Liberty. People continue to discuss what transpired after the game, rather than just the game itself. Wearing a dress in the colors of the Liberty team, Kathy Angelbert took to the court. "Wait, what?" asked the fans who were watching at home. The picture of her grinning as she presented the trophy in blue and black went viral. She appeared to be a member of the squad, according to others. And that reputation suffered greatly when the Liberty won thanks to contentious late-game calls.